Hellions BookNook has been doing what Basgiath's scribes apparently refuse to do, actually reading between the lines.
This episode covers the Empyrean Theory Archives, which means Brennan Sorrengail's unanswered history, the signet conspiracy spreading through the marked ones, and what the ending of Onyx Storm might actually be hiding.
Plus, a villain who earned his worldview the hard way, and a gift box for readers willing to follow the evidence.
Let's start with the Theory Archives and the man nobody's asking enough questions about. The Empyrean Theory Archives have been building a case that the series' most visible mysteries, Burnout, Dragon Bonds, Relics, Resurrection, all share one quiet figure at their center, Brennan Sorrengail.
The Post puts it plainly. The archives have given us Brennan's biography. They have not given us Brennan's truth. And if this series has taught us anything, it's that those are rarely the same thing.
That's the core of it. Brennan's official story, died, saved by Nayland, Nayland burned out, end of record, raises more questions than it closes. Why does Taryn go quiet when Nayland is mentioned? Why does Brennan never fill in the details himself?
The signet argument is where this gets genuinely strange. Every other signet in the series maps onto its writer's function. Xaden reads intention, Eric sees forward, Dane reads the past. Brennan commands a revolution, and his power is mending?
Right, and that pattern is exactly what the signet conspiracy develops further. By the end of Onyx Storm, Xaden, Garrick, and Imogen all carry 2 confirmed signets. The Post argues Xaden was never the anomaly. He was the first crack anyone noticed.
And then there's the assembled team. Someone who sees the future, someone who reads the past, someone who erases memory, someone who crosses distance. That is not a coincidence. That is a roster.
The Onyx Storm blueprint takes that further, focusing on the ending's missing hours, the decisions we never witnessed, the conversations that go unrecorded. The Post asks whether the information is hidden from readers or hidden from the characters themselves.
Xaden leaving doesn't read as defeat in any of these posts. It reads as a man following a map nobody else has been shown.
And then there's the Violet paradox, which reframes Violet entirely. Not as someone collecting powers, but as someone adapting to magic itself. The Post argues the rules don't break for Violet. They simply stop applying to her.
Theophany doesn't treat Violet like a target. She treats her like a candidate.
The Post also maps Violet and Xaden as a structural pairing. Xaden reads what you intend to do. Violet enters the space where intention is formed. Control and source. Perception and creation.
Meanwhile, why can't we stop thinking about Xaden Riorson? Makes the case that reader obsession isn't about danger. It's about certainty. A man who knows exactly who he is and never once questions where his loyalty sits.
Which makes Brennan's deliberate opacity feel even more loaded. He stands at the intersection of every open question in the series, and the archives still don't have his truth.
That brings us somewhere uncomfortable, to the question of what kind of conviction drives a villain.
The WordPress prompt post asks which villain actually had a point, and the answer is Magneto, not as an endorsement, but as an honest reading of his argument.
The Post is direct. His distrust of humanity wasn't born from paranoia, it was born from experience.
A Holocaust survivor watching the X-Men world repeatedly prove his fears correct is a different kind of villain than most. The Post doesn't excuse his methods, but it takes his logic seriously, which is the more uncomfortable move.
Fear of difference leading to persecution is not a fictional premise, which is exactly why it lands.
And that question, what a person becomes when the system keeps confirming their worst expectations, connects directly to what the archive is building for readers.
The WordPress giveaway and gift box announcement collects everything the Empyrean Archives project is building into one accessible location. Dragon dossiers, forensic evidence files, the interrogation room questions, Empyrean-inspired poetry, adaptation discussions, wallpapers, and merchandise links.
The access requirements are worth quoting in full. No passwords, no secret handshakes, no bond required.
The idea is to follow the archive and collect the evidence as it builds. The closing line frames it well. History remembers victories, but archives remember truths.
Which, given everything this episode has covered, feels less like a tagline and more like a thesis.
The thread running through all of this is the same one the series keeps pulling. Official records and what they leave out.
Brennan's biography versus his truth. Xaden's departure versus his decision. The rules Navarre sold everyone, and the riders quietly breaking them.
Next time, more from the archives. The evidence keeps building.